friends and mimosas. Yeah, it's gonna be bubbly kind of time. Join new friends to relax and unwind. The best food with drinks on the side. Cheers to the good times. It's friends and mimosas.
We know you by Pickle, Cheyenne, and Pee-wee. What do you prefer?
Pickle, I guess. I mean, I love my name, my first name, Cheyenne. I think it's beautiful. It's a long, pretty, beautiful name, but it's just so much to say, you know? And so, really, since I've been like 3, 4 years old, I've been called Pickle. And so,
And why?
What makes them call you Pickle? How did you get that?
Well, so my middle name is Nicole, or Cheyenne Nicole Wheat. And when I was little, my dad used to call me Cheyenne Nicole all the time. And over time, it started sounding like Shiny Nickel. And so Shiny Nickel became the name for a long time. And then, I don't know how, but one day I was unsupervised for a very long period of time. And I'm like, Mom, where were you? I was caught on top of my mom's kitchen countertop, elbow deep in a pickle jar. And then my mom decided to go grocery shopping, and I had eaten the entirety almost of the jar. And so we went grocery shopping right after that, and as soon as we hit the cold air on the meat aisle, it went everywhere. And I say to this day, I'm like, that man that had to clean that up, I wish I could meet him and shake his hand and thank him, because that was terrible. And it's been Shiny Nickel Pickle after that, and then over time it's now just Pickle.
Y'all have a good time.
Yes, we do. We have a very close relationship, me and Mr. Troy. Like he is like my grandpa, and I don't know, he just, the first time we met, we just like clicked and hit it off, and he's like my best friend now, you know.
Well, tell us the story how you met and how did you get on the show.
So the History Channel called me, and all of the mumbo jumbo and the paperwork and all of that got out of the way, and then I'm sitting at my mom's house and it hit me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I just talked to the History Channel, somebody called me from New York, and I just got off the phone with Troy Landry. And I'm just sitting in my living room, and somebody, like a girl that grew up hunting and fishing and, you know, looking at the outdoor industry as this like holy grail, you know, and Troy Landry calls me on the phone, and it's just like, you just get this wave of emotion, like, wow, everything that I've done my entire life that I've been taught or just learned on my own in the waters and in the woods has like come to this moment right here. Like this was so meant to happen. I'm so that person, like this was meant to be, you know. Thinking that I'm going to Pierpont and I'm going to meet this sweet old man, you know, and I get there and it's late at night and I was decked out. I was like cowboy boots, tight blue jeans. I had, you know, probably my belly was hanging out. I don't know how. It was crazy. It's crazy. It's 2019. I don't know, it feels like decades ago. I had a baby and everything since then. But I pulled up and I was decked out, and I pulled up and he pulled up right next to me, and we rolled down the windows at the same time, and he looked at me, and I looked like, you know, this foo-foo girl kind of thing. And he looks at me and he starts laughing, and he goes, do you realize what you got yourself into? And I looked at him and I said, do you realize what you got yourself into? And he had no idea until the first morning we got in the boat together, and then I think it hit him like, oh shit, you know? I made a mistake, you know? But it took me about a week to realize that I wasn't going to Pierpont to meet a sweet old man. I was going to meet my clash enemy, you know. we became best of friends, and we get along great, and he obviously introduced me to the family, and they love me, and the kids, actually Moose, Jacob's son, Mr. Troy's boy's son, was my first little friend in Pierpont. He came up to me at Duffy's the first day, and he was like, Miss, your name's Pickle? I'm like, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call you Miss Pickle.
That first boat ride with him, what was that like?
It's kind of like you trust certain people. Like I only trust certain people to drive me around on a four-wheeler, and one of them is myself, and the second one is me. So, you know, somebody driving you around in a boat, it's only been like my dad, you know, and my grandpa, and maybe my brother kind of thing, and not many people. And so I'm like, well, he obviously knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for years, you know, but when I got in a boat with him and I realized, I'm like, wow, they just made him believe that he knows what he's doing. He has not a clue. No, he really is. He's an excellent boat driver, but it was scary. He had a small little skiff, and he's so fast. He knows what he's doing, and he's just off, and I'm like hanging on and tumbling all on the boat. It was crazy. The first boat ride was a good lesson.
How was it working for the History Channel?
chaotic. If you want me to be honest, yeah, it is. It's awesome in some ways, and in other ways it's kind of crazy because I was raised very, how do you say that, feral? And so, being a part of something so big and just having to pick up and leave my family at a lot, for months at a time and stuff like that, it's just really hard for me. I never pictured my life being like that, but it is a blessing, it's amazing. I work for the History Channel. How cool is that,
It is, yeah.
And I fish alligators, like how, it's kind of like, if I was to audition for a movie and they hired me for the movie, I would be playing a character. But the History Channel hired me to play myself.
Yes.
And so how amazing is that I'm getting paid to be you.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Like, awesome. That's great.
Do they script anything?
Nothing. Nothing is ever scripted. That's a good question. I rarely get that question. Of that. That's
What's the setup look like out there?
Are they
with
on
the
your
cameras?
boat or another boat?
They bounce back and forth. We have what we call a follow boat, in which we keep our ice chest and camera equipment and stuff like that, because you'll see a lot of shots where you can see our whole boat and just us doing it. And then you'll see a lot of shots that looks like a POV, like they're
Somebody's
with me. So
yeah.
somebody's in the boat with me, like literally right here. I'm fighting this alligator and I'm hitting them, and that's what makes it look so real. It is realistic,
Yeah.
It is. It's real. We're going out there. Mr. Troy has almost 900 something alligator tags, and so
Oh, wow.
think about that. We're putting. We have Jacob and Mr. Don and a couple of other people fished off of Mr. Troy's tags this year, so we did split them up. But me and Mr. Troy pulled in almost 600 and something alligators. Like
Wow.
that's the biggest one this season. It was 12.
I saw that
You
one.
can pull that by yourself?
We use the water a lot for buoyancy, to kind of get them in the boat. But the little boat, the small boat that everybody's like, oh, it must be nice working in this big boat. I missed the little boat because it was a lot closer to
easier,
the water.
right?
It was easily to manipulate.
this
The
is
big
more
boat
lifting.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
it's
have
rough.
a
But we do have a winch.
Okay.
We do have a winch now. Yes, we were surrounded by them as kids,
Yeah.
and so it was really when I got on
Was
the
it
show.
just you and your brother? Do you have any other siblings?
No, it's just me and my brother.
Okay.
But my dad introduced it to us all, so. I was definitely more into hunting and fishing and stuff. I found myself not being able to hold conversations about what shoes I wanted to wear this weekend, and it's not that I didn't like those conversations, I just wasn't interested, but I think that I grew up very balanced because my mom used to model. My mom was very prissy as a girl.
Your mom looks like your sister.
And so
I just want to say,
Thank you.
She is.
Thank you. But she used to model when she was younger, and so she was really into like fashion. And my mom's a girly girl. She's always makeup, hair done, And my dad was obviously the complete opposite of that, like not preppy at all or anything. And so I really got the best of both worlds, and I think that matters a lot. And so when I reached a certain age, I started like putting makeup on, going hunting in the woods, and my dad was like, "What's taking you so long?" And so it was this whole transition we went to. But definitely when I was younger, I was more into the hunting and fishing, and then as I got a little older, I really transitioned.
About you and Troy being a great team.
Yeah.
Describe him with one word.
Loyal.
Loyal. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why are you picking that word?
He is the person. He could be in a room full of people, and he's going to make sure that everybody has a drink and a napkin before he sits down. And he is just that person, like to everybody.
We experience that.
It doesn't matter if he knows you or not, and so he's loyal to everyone, to a fault.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah,
He's very gentle.
He's awesome. He's y'all don't. He changed my life.
Yeah. And he's so down to earth about it. It didn't blow up his head.
No, he blew up his ass. Like, look, he started eating the chocolate.
Let's talk about alligators. Tell us how tags work.
Okay, so tags work from my understanding, because I'm not going to sit here and act like a pro. Jacob could explain every detail of it to you. He actually has an old video that he put, I think reshared not that long ago. But what they do, from my understanding, is they fly over during the egging season. I'd say the egging season, and like I said, I'm not going to act like a professional. I really don't know what I'm talking about. But they fly over and see how many nests are out there, and that depends on how many tags they issue to a certain area or a certain property. And so you might have 5 acres over here, and this guy might have 30 acres, and he might only get 3 tags, and this guy might get 10. It depends on the property and the denseness of the woods and the grassland that they have on it. Like, all of that matters, and how many nests and stuff that they're seeing above head and everything. So that's how they issue the tags per piece of property.
Okay. And then how does it get divvied up? How do you?
So what they do
How did y'all
every
wind
year?
up with 900?
So Mr. Troy goes in every year and bids on tags. He bids on property, and people bid against him and stuff. And obviously, y'all know how a bid works. If you're the highest one, you win the tags. And so that's how we get what we get every year. And then this past year that we just filmed and just completed, there was a landowner that had passed away that Mr. Troy got those extra tags this year. So it kind of, it used to be like 700, 600 and something last year, and it bumped up to like almost 9. So it was a lot that we added on. But
did y'all get that many? Did y'all use all the tags?
Yes, ma'am.
When is alligator season?
So, seasons before, previously, that I've fished with him, it was only a month, but recently, I think the last 2 years, they opened it for 2 months at a time. And so it opens the last Wednesday in August, and we usually only fish the first month. And so, because he is a drill sergeant, and we run 80 miles an hour for a month, and so he likes to get it done and get it out of the way, so we can have fun.
You have to catch all your alligators in 1 month.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he does me. Yeah.
900 alligators.
Well, we caught about 600 because we split it between. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And how long is your day?
It's so hard to wrap your head around that.
How long is your day?
We work from, he likes to get at Duffy's at 5:30 in the morning and drink his coffee until 7, and then we leave. No, we leave at about 6 o'clock every morning, like right when the sun's coming up. You can't fish until daylight.
Okay.
So when the sun hits the water, then you can kind of run your lines, but you can't put an alligator in a boat until the sun comes up.
And is there a size limit?
No, not necessarily, but you only get paid for ones over, I think it's like 4 feet.
So you don't want anything under that?
No,
Right.
no.
Might
But
as
you
well
have
throw
to,
it back and let it get bigger.
but you have to bring it in. If you catch it on a line, we have to bring it in by law. It has to be. Yeah.
But so how long is your day? So you'll start at 6.
Oh, right, that's what I
How
was
long is
answering.
your day?
So we start at about 6, and we usually finish around 2, sometimes 3 o'clock. If we have a long day, 5.
Oh, wow.
That's not that long, right?
No, and it goes quick because we're just having a good
You must be
time.
exhausted though at the end of the day.
My first day, my first season, my first day, I came home. I was in college. I was trying to finish my P-Tech because I didn't quit immediately. I tried while I was working, and it just did not. I'm like, I would rather call my professors and say, hey, look, can I get a, what do they call it, a W or whatever it is, and I'll come back to this later because I'm not just going to get a failing grade because I'm not giving this up right now.
Right.
And so I was in college. I had a lot going on at the time. I was in a long relationship that I had just ended. We were getting married, and I called the wedding off like 3 months before it happened, and I put myself back in school, and I was working at the dental office, and I quit that to come out here, and I was still in school. And the first day, it was so hard. I came home, and sorry if this is TMI, but I literally peeled my clothes off because it's disgusting, and I stunk like rotten chicken. And I laid on the floor in my little rent house, and I called my mom, and I cried, and I told her that I quit. I was done, and I'm like, this is way too hard. I never expected this. I'm done. I can't do this. And I sat there and I cried for probably about 20 minutes, and then I put on some rain boots, and I went and got some chocolate, and I was fine, and I told myself that I'm going to do this. I'm going to wake up in the morning, and I got this, and I did, and I did it. And this is year 4 that I just finished.
Wow. So how different is it now that, like, you always did it for fun, but now it's your job?
Now it's
like,
a job, and I never thought that. They always say don't turn your hobby into a job. this never changed for me. It's because it's different. I never got to do it to the magnum that I'm doing it now, and so it's awesome.
You're doing what you love, but you're doing you're doing what you love.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
You have to do what you love to be happy.
Do what you love,
Right. Well, you want to,
and it'll never be a job.
Right.
Right.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
But then there's women that like love to cook and then they open a restaurant. They can't stand it,
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not what it made my hobby a work thing.
Well,
and it ruins some people.
becomes a job.
Yeah. But some of us get lucky and it's awesome,
Yeah, that is. That's great.
Yeah.
That is.
So
It
do
really
you hope
is.
your daughter follows in your footsteps?
No, this is dangerous. Sit your ass down. No. She does not need to be doing this. It's
Does
crazy.
that change anything? Do you worry about doing it now that you have a daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I was pregnant last season and didn't know it the whole season. I was pregnant.
gosh.
So I watched last season and I'm like, what, don't fall, like watch that. Oh, I was yanking and tugging and everything. And I'm like, well, she's a trooper. She made it through that.
Yeah.
She's golden.
Is
She is
anything
too.
going to change since you have a daughter, though?
No.
No?
No. I as much as I say that I wanted to sit down and don't do the crazy things that your mama did, I feel like I am 28 years old very recently. I just made 28 and I feel like I have lived so much life because I did crazy shit. And I went out there and I went skydiving and I went free diving and like underwater and snorkeling and like just the crazy things that I can name that I did in my life and like crazy things that I can't even say on camera, and like I hope that she lives to that, because there's so many people that I have that are friends that haven't lived.
Well, she has a good role model.
That's right.
So,
Definitely. You have to raise her the way you were raised.
Thank you. It's scary. It's scary to say that as a mom now. Like you want your kids to go out there and experience the world, and you want to hold them back at the same time, but you can't. You have
The world
to,
is changing.
No.
Let 'em
That's the
go.
thing.
It is. It's very dangerous out there now. I feel like even from when I was a kid, and then my mom talk about from when they were younger, like they used to just run the streets, and I'm like, we were running the streets too. Y'all just didn't know it. I'm like, we didn't go past that mailbox, mom.
We're talking about danger, but then you were doing alligators, then went to the serpent invasion. That seems
worse than alligators.
Yeah, and so I just recently had my daughter, and so I had my son before that. But and I hate to say this, but it's a little different. Like we experienced a lot together, me and her, and I see it more through my mom's perspective because she was like, when they called me for steaks, my mom was like, oh no, losing her mind, and so that hits me more than thinking about her because that's so far in the future. Thinking about her doing things like this, I think about my mom and that affects me more than my daughter right now. I'm like, whew, my mom was sweating like a sword on her face. She just did not, but she loves it and she's so proud of me and she's like, I could never do what you're doing right now. Yeah, she was in New York at 13 modeling. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's just different worlds, but same magnitude, like, she's crazy.
Is she
definitely
a good
get
grandma?
She is made
Do
to
we
be a
call her grandma?
She loves mama. That's her.
Okay,
She's
mama.
a mama. She always wanted to be a mama. Since she was a little bitty girl. She had the best mama, she says. So
Oh, sweet.
she wanted to be that when she got older. And I'm like, Mom, you finally grew up. But she's the best.
What's the dangerous part of alligator hunters that you've been through?
The most dangerous
Or scariest,
thing.
or...
Scariest thing I've ever been through was falling on top of one. Not last year before last.
How big was it?
Was it in the water or on the
It was
boat?
in the water. It was in the water on the line, and I fell on top
still
of it.
alive.
And it was in between my legs.
Oh, gosh.
It was crazy. I shot it in the water.
How big was it?
It was like a 7-foot.
Still, that could do damage.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
Bigger than you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess we just get so used to it, I was like, it was just so. But it was like
tell us
small
the story.
alligator.
What
we usually
happened?
do. So, I was about this close to the line. I was leaning over the bow of the boat and we hit a stump that was under the water. And when you're already, your weight's already shifted that way, we hit and I went in. I just fell forward. And so the alligator ended up I was against the tree, like standing up on top of the cypress knees. The alligator swam up like on side the boat. And the funniest thing that I think about this, when I think back to it, was him, because you're with the king of the swamp, right? He's all knows the tricks of the trade and everything. And I look at him and his eyes are this big around. which scares me because I'm like, if he's scared, this is dangerous, something's wrong. And so I'm start yelling at him, and I'm like, throw me the gun, and he was frozen, and finally he just like, and it was like in slow motion, and he threw it to me, and I caught, this was like movie stuff, like Tomb Raider, like crazy stuff. And so he threw it to me, and the alligator, as soon as I caught it, the alligator came up and I shot him like on side the boat. And he's like, don't shoot my boat! Enough to throw me the gun. Like, what happened?
Did that make the show?
It did. It was kind of
I don't even understand.
The way it was filmed. Like we go through things all the time, and then we see it on a TV, and we're like, man, that's not how it was.
Yeah, because the way they
clip
film
it.
They don't want it to look dangerous.
Yeah, there's certain things that they can't show.
You see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, hopefully with my garden as huge as I want it. And I'm smiling because I hope that my Pickle Wheat keeps going, my brand and my business that I started, absolutely. But I'd like to add to that, and the show's not going to last forever, and I do love fishing alligators, and I told Mr. Troy, if the cameras go away, you better call me next season, because this is not what I'm here for. And so if I'm fishing alligators, that's great. I don't think that that's going to happen in 5 years. I don't think that we're going to be there anymore. He's getting older. I would love to be doing it with him, but
there's others that are.
Would you do
there.
it? Yeah, would you do it without him?
Would you take over the reins?
I don't know. I guess if
You would be the.
I just love fishing with him.
You'd be the queen of the swamp.
It's about no, Miss Liz is queen. Miss Liz will always be queen of the swamp.
Yeah, that's true.
He asks me every now and then if I would, do my own boat, run my own boat and stuff. And I guess as long as the History Channel's, doing it, because really solo fishing, solo fishing without the History Channel. The History Channel is the only reason really why Mr. Troy still fishes, because there's not really a lot of money in alligators anymore, Okay. And so if he asked me to, I would.
You would?
Yeah, if he asked me to.
You talked about your Pickle Wheat brand. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that. What you want to plug?
Yeah, explain that.
So from when I started with the History Channel,
Okay.
I just thought it was wise that before the show aired on television to have merch available for people to buy. And so I made a business move, and I got an EIN, and I got my business name and all my legal licenses and everything. And my mom, she was aboard the whole way and helped me through a couple of things, but I wanted to learn and do everything on my own. And I started my own company, and it's as simple as Pickle Wheat. And I have a website available. It's picklewheat.com, and I have lots of funny and entertaining things on Facebook and Instagram, and slowly moving to TikTok. And so my handle on all of those is just Cheyenne in quotations Pickle Wheat, and so I'm really easy to find.
Okay. So you're on Facebook, Instagram,
And
TikTok.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of merch?
So I'm actually transitioning right now into some cooler sweatshirts, stuff that more casual that I would like to wear just around and about, But I started with just merchandise available of things that I wear on a show, like the hats that I wear on a show, and the Arrowhead necklaces that I wear on a show, and I sell autographed 8x10 pictures and stuff. So it's just merchandise strictly based on the series.
Why not alligator too?
There's a story behind the alligator, the Arrowhead. Growing up as a kid, we always looked for artifacts with my dad, and my dad actually made me an Arrowhead, and so I wore it on a necklace my first season, and it kind of stuck, and so everybody kind of knows that I wear the Arrowhead now. But my dad actually napped it, is what they call it. It's called flint napping.
Okay.
But he made an Arrowhead for me, and so I'm like, I gotta wear it,
You still wear it?
Yes, I still have it, but I'm scared to wear it. I'm like, it's such a rough job. almost lost it first season, so I kind of put it up and got a different one.
Okay.
But just that's the story behind it, and so I sell those. So it's kind of merch based on,
How's your
the
shop
show.
doing?
Good. It does great, and they're my fans, and they always buy me out. I'm like, I love y'all so much. Like every time, I cannot keep stock, and so
Talk about rumors.
yeah, sure.
So the rumor has it.
I heard a baby crying. Did y'all hear a baby crying?
automatically
instinct.
No.
Y'all didn't hear a baby go? No.
I did in the back.
You did?
Rumor has it that you dated one of Troy's children.
This rumor. Yes, ma'am, I did.
Which one?
We all have our fun times in life, and we all experience different things. No, it was Chase. Me and Chase dated very briefly. We dated
It was after.
It was after my first season had finished. After everybody left, camera crew went home and everything.
Okay.
I stayed, and I actually moved out there and moved in with him. We dated for 3 months. It's crazy to say that because if my daughter did that, I would kill her. I'm like, are you nuts? But yeah, we dated for 3 months, and it was fun. We did a lot of the same stuff, but we clashed. We were so identical that we clashed, and he wanted to move to Florida, and I'm like, well, don't let me stop you from doing that. This isn't like we've only been dating for 3 months. Don't make complete life decisions on my part. That's just the kind of person I am. So he left and went to Florida. We split up, and I went back home, and it wasn't like a crazy breakup. There's no real juicy information. Sorry.
Internet has it.
I know. There's so many crazy rumors that it's insane what they put on the internet.
Do you have a problem or trouble reading some of the things?
No, I just laugh. I just think it's, because the people that really know me and really follow along, they know better. They know that we're not dating anymore, and they know when it ended and when it started and how it ended and everything about it.
Did it have a problem with your relationship with Troy or any of them?
No, not at all. He thought his son was an idiot for a while, but that was about it.
Would you rather be on an airplane between two arguing passengers or sit next to a screaming infant?
A screaming infant. Mama got milk. No, I'm just kidding. Adults are crazy. Adults, I'd much rather talk to children.
So you are choosing?
Yes, I would definitely sit next to the infant.
You would?
Yeah, I would much rather sit there and try to help the mom, because I've been there. And then, try to stop two
I want to
adults
get a
from
juice
arguing.
between the two arguing people.
Right.
Not me. They got a problem. They need to
I don't
solve it on
want-
their own.
I think I might have to be between them, but then say, hey, do one of y'all want to switch seats?
Do you want to hear what's happening?
Well, yeah, I guess.
An airplane, you can't sit there. I don't know. I think I'm going to do the adults though because I want to hear the gossip.
Yeah.
I want to solve it. This one wants to be Dr. Phil. Yeah, I don't know. I would much rather hang out with kids, I guess, so that's why I gravitate towards that.
Oh, I love children.
And like I said,
What if you can't make they're scared, they're screaming the whole time, and you can't make them, be quiet.
well, I mean,
You're used to it.
yeah, I guess I'd like it would suck just to be the mom there alone by yourself dealing
the
with that
child
because the
can't help,
mom's
but
dealing with that and thinking about everybody else hearing her kid scream. So I would like to sit there with her the whole time.
You can't always
Say,
control that.
okay, don't worry about that.
Two adults can control it and shut up.
Yeah,
That's true.
A baby can't, they
That's
can't
true.
just stop crying. I mean,
And that's where I would understand, and I want to be with the adults. What's your problem?
What's yours? Yeah.
Yeah, I could see you trying to mend everything.
Dr. Phyllis.
I might sit there and make it worse because I would instigate it.
Be like, well, she said you did this.
Would you rather speak every language in the world or talk to animals?
I'll talk to animals. Yeah. I mean, my job would be really interesting.
I'm not an animal person.
Oh, okay.
I would be talk to animals.
Me too. I would love to know what my dog is thinking.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not a people person. Like, I don't care.
Talk to alligators.
I don't want to know what everybody in the world has to say.
I would want to know what they were
talk to
saying.
My dogs.
No, I'm not an animal person.
You know what? I really want to know what the lady doing my toes is saying.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
So, if Mandarin's on that list, count me in.
I would want the language.
You would want the language.
Absolutely.
Okay. And your animals?
No, I'm talking
Would you
animals,
want to talk to the
That's what I said. I said my job would be really interesting after that.
I know.
But then would you be able to shoot them?
I know,
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
what I'm thinking.
I don't know. It might change my
Maybe you
career.
might not want to talk to
I
that.
might become a Steve Irwin after that.
Oh, right.
I'd be like, look, everybody can change. This is what I used to do. That would be awesome. I really am more of a Steve Irwin than what I'm doing now. You know, I really love animals and conservation. That's like who I am at heart. You know.
Do y'all have animals?
I do.
What you have?
I have, I think 8 goldfish. It's funny to start with, right? You got animals? Yeah, I have 8 goldfish. I have 8 goldfish. I have 2 cats. I have a pig. I have 12 chickens and 2 dogs.
Oh, wow. It's a little farm.
And a bat.
A bat?
He's wild, but we call him all
okay.
that. His name's Gerald.
Oh.
Yeah.
He comes to visit?
Yeah, he lives in one of my oak trees in the yard.
What do they interested?
Mosquitoes.
Really?
Yes. So I want to build bat houses outside and put them all on the trees because if they have a home, they'll live there and they'll eat all my mosquitoes. And I can leave my doors open whenever I want to.
Is it safe to have bats around?
I've never had a problem with bats.
I heard that they
They do,
they
but
carry diseases.
I've played with them as kids.
Would you rather lose all of your money, okay, and valuables, or lose all the pictures you have ever taken?
Oh, wow. Wow.
I know, that's a hard one.
Oh, that's hard. And that's sad for me to say that that's hard because obviously, you know, you want everybody to say, oh, I'll keep my pictures and take the money.
I don't know.
But you can't live without. You can't live without money.
I would lose my pictures.
That's hard for me.
Because you
can't
share, in
live.
today's world, you share everything
Yeah.
anyway. You have
But you
pictures.
can't, no, you pictures are gone, no matter what. You either...
I would lose my pictures.
Me too.
I would lose my pictures.
Because you have your memories.
Yes.
You need your money.
You need money to live.
Yeah, I guess, like, I have kids, so I have to think about my kids, you know?
Right.
It's like, I'm holding on to
I
memories.
would
That's
say
selfish to me.
pictures.
To hold on to
Yeah.
pieces of paper and let my kids
I mean,
off.
how many
So I
people
would-
have, lost their pictures due to hurricanes?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's why it hit me hard because
You
I'm
have
like,
to survive.
my mom would put all of our pictures in the attic, but everybody else, a lot of our family lost pictures. And, like, there's so many pictures that we don't have because, like, there were so many family members and
Right,
stuff that went through that, and so that kind of hit home for me. Like, would you lose all your pictures? And it's like, I don't know, again? I can't do it again? Like, no, but I think I would let go of the paper. We talk about this all the time. Hurricane Katrina really taught my whole generation how to have everything and lose it, and it's okay.
Oh, okay.
That's not a lesson that a lot of people get to learn.
Right.
And so I'm thankful in a lot of ways for Hurricane Katrina because
Well,
if
lives
today,
can't
tomorrow
be
my house
replaced.
burned down, I would be okay because I know how to deal with it. And a lot of my friends would be, their life would stop.
Right.
You know? They'd be devastated.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, like it is what it is. We gotta do. We gotta do.
Yeah.
But losing your money, that's totally different.
No, I mean, you need money to
I have to let
survive.
go of
Yeah.
pictures.
I mean-
That was a good one though. That was a good
Yeah.
Yeah,
thinking.
you need money to survive.
Would you rather walk barefoot in the worst, dirtiest public bathroom you can think of?
Oh, you got me. I'm like, oh, I can walk barefoot anywhere. And nope.
Or barefoot in a patch of poison ivy?
Patch of poison ivy.
Poison ivy. I don't give poison ivy.
Me either.
You're gonna get it though.
I'm immune.
You're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
get it.
Poison ivy.
At least you know what you get,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
no
don't know
telling.
what
You don't know
you get.
what's
Yeah.
on the... Yeah, I'd stand in poison ivy.
Yeah.
But then again,
Poison ivy.
you
That can
think,
be combative, yeah.
because you don't know.
Yeah, that's medicine for that. You don't know what they got.
Look, I went to a store in the West Bank the other day, and I had to use the bathroom so bad, I wouldn't even go to the bathroom. Like, it's like, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
So, no. Mm-mm. And I had shoes on. And I still wouldn't go in
Yeah. So everybody's picking poison ivy.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely poison ivy. Like she said, that's treatable. We know that's
Yeah.
what that is, you know?
Yeah, that's. Okay, we're giving you 3 wishes.
Oh, wow.
You get 3 wishes. What are they?
3 wishes. I want, first wish, each and every one of y'all to have a safe and amazing day.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Number 2, I hope my baby's sleeping when I get home because I have work to do. And number 3, I hope we get to do this again.
Oh, definitely.
This was fun.
We
This was
will
really fun.
definitely do this again.
Yeah.
Cheers to new friends. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Friends and mimosas, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, comment and share just to show that you care.